Hey Holly, I come to you in a somewhat frazzled state because it's 9:30 at night on Sunday. I have 2.5 hours to film, edit, and post this video. In my own defense though, one of the reasons why I didn't film this video earlier in the weekend is because I was at my brother's wedding, spending time with family, which was good. So this is primarily a teaching video. I'm going to teach you about this ethical doctrine called the doctrine of double effect. Ethics is the branch of philosophy dealing with questions such as what constitutes a right action? What is the good? Does the good lie in our intentions or in the consequences of our actions? Is there such thing as objective moral value, or are all of our values simply relative? Then, there are various fields of applied ethics, biomedical ethics, business ethics, ethics IRL, lols. So today I'm going to teach you the doctrine of double effect. So in the abstract, the doctrine of double effect deals with actions that produce two effects. One intended effect that is purportedly good, and one unintended effect, which is less than desirable and generally would be considered unethical or impermissible. So basically, if I perform an action that ultimately will lead to a good end, are the so-called side effects permissible, although under other circumstances they might be considered impermissible and unethical. So the doctrine of double effect says that yes, such actions are permissible, provided that I did not intend to bring about the extra effect. A lot of this really rests on the difference between intended consequences and unintended consequences. So, for example, let's say you attack me, Holly. You just come right for me, and I want to defend myself. I will surely punch you. So I just take a jab at you. The force of my blow is such that you fall backwards, hit your head on a doorknob, and die. I, one, defended myself like I intended, which is a good thing, but I also just caused your death, which, under most circumstances, would be considered unethical. So, how do I justify having caused your death? By having not intended to bring about your death. You see, I intended to defend myself, but I didn't want to kill you. I didn't intend to kill you. It just happened like that. However, bringing about your death would not be permissible if I had blatantly, clearly thought in my mind, in order to defend myself, I must kill this person who is attacking me. If it were just a side effect, it would be permissible. But if I intended to use it as a means to defending myself, it becomes unethical. So, what's my problem with this, Holly? I am having a really hard time differentiating between intended and unintended consequences. See, all of these consequences are foreseen consequences. I foresee that when I punch you as you attack, that you're going to hit your head and die. According to the doctrine, that's just a side effect. But as far as I can tell, it's an intended consequence. If it is foreseen, it is intended. That's not to say that I disagree that the act is, in at least some sense, permissible. Here, Holly, I'll make some little diagrams for you, just to express visually what I feel I'm failing to express orally. I'm going to use a dotted line to express the so-called unintended consequence. I argue that that one over there with the dotted line, that one doesn't work, because both of those consequences, the good and the bad consequences, are both foreseen. Holly, I have a request for you. In your next video, could you please let me know if I made any sort of sense while explaining this to you, because I feel like I was very incoherent. I would very much appreciate it. I now have 2 hours and 15 minutes to edit and post this video, as well as do some homework. So I'm gonna go do that.